Hi, I'm Not Yet Dead, and welcome back to ElmCreek on FS22. So, we're back in the Porsche. As you remember at the last episode, I was looking at taking out a baling contract. I did take out said baling contract, oh, and I've got the wrong implement. And yeah, we've got the baling contract here, but this one's actually hay baling, so as well as the windrower, which is what I've got. I'll explain why in a minute. We've also got a tedder, so we'll just leave that there. Right, there we go, that's better. God, the size difference between these machines. Okay. So yeah, so we've got a tedder as well. Now, the usual thing's going to happen with the poor little Porsche here. This is going to tip up as soon as it lifts. Actually, no, it coped all right with it this time. Tedder's all right then. Windrower not so good. So going to be a little bit careful. So I've already been round. I've done so as we try and avoid any of this, risk of throwing stuff outside of our working area of the field. I've already been round and created us a little sort of working width, just in case I had to fiddle a bit. I thought I'd do that off screen. Plus, I just needed to finish up the evening, really. I did that last night. So, so that has been done. So obviously this doesn't cope brilliantly with hills, but we'll see how we get on. Actually, you know what? Let's not. Oh, seriously. I've had it on automatic direction change on Oberon because I was messing around with pallets and stuff. So, have at least remember to put it back into dollars and miles this time around. Yeah, struggling a little bit. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. A little bit more speed up, maybe. Yep, just about. But yeah, because we created ourselves that bit of a gap. Come on. We should be right. Fantastic animation. Absolutely love that animation. It looks really, really good. Very impressed with that. It's also acting as a little bit of a windrower. It's picking up that stuff that's really at the edge and bringing it in, which is cool. So I just figured it was worth just doing that bit like that, right? So we pull all this stuff together and bring it into the field rather than risk pushing it out of the field. Yeah, so I just thought we'd do this for a little bit. Loads to do. Absolutely masses. I did get some weeds overnight on our sort of bigger field. So I've done that weeding already. And yeah, a few other bits and pieces that need to get done. As you can see there, I've already picked up one hay bale and one silage bale. These bales for this contract need to go to the biogas plant, the animal dealer, as did the last lot that we did. So yeah, picked up that silage bale as well. So we've got that ready to go. This bit's not too bad. As we get further and further over there, obviously it's going to get steeper and steeper. We might only be able to do it going down the field, to be honest. We'll get a little bit of this done. I don't want to do all of this on screen because I don't want it to hog the video. So I just thought we'd do some of it using the little Porsche again. It's a pretty tough little beast, this little Porsche. It's doing all right. We'll see what we do after this, whether I do another baling contract or not. So what I'll try and avoid doing is to make a mistake I made yesterday. Mind you, of course, equally, that depends, right, on the contracts. I mean, I sort of said at the end of the last episode that I maybe should have kept the kept the equipment, but actually I couldn't have done, because yesterday's was a silage baling contract and today's is a hay baling contract. So actually couldn't have done that with the equipment I had yesterday. So that whole idea of sharing equipment between contracts isn't necessarily going to work, right? That's only really if it's the sort of simpler contracts. What I'll do actually is drive to the end and do this steeper bit in this direction, and we'll just gradually keep around the field. Sorry, that's my bad. Thinking. Ooh, now there's a slight snag. Right, so if I do that, okay, just about. I've got my wheel in. I was just wondering if I could do the change direction thing with the wheel. Actually, I can, so that's good to know. It's a little bit more complicated. Really, I've put the brake on first and then tiny little bit of accelerator. What's nice about it actually is, because also there's a lot more travel in the accelerator on the pedal than there is with the triggers. So actually changing gear at slower speed is a lot easier to do without so much engine revs, you know. It's actually quite nice. I mean, I guess while we're here, we could do a little bit of tedding, a little bit of baling, just to do sort of another headland around. Got all the kit here again. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit of getting used to doing that with the right, so it's getting a little bit on the steep side doing this here. I'm just going to come over a little bit because I missed a patch. There we go. Right, so I'll stop here because this bit is going to get a little bit slow. We'll switch over to the windrower and at least windrow up that headland, and then I can come finish off the rest later on. I did just remember actually, while I think about it, and we'll go back to the field in a minute, I said, remember, I meant to do this before I saved the game last night. We're going to buy this field, number 48, which overnight, it's actually got corn, is it? Yeah, it's got corn in it, and overnight has actually gone over to being ready to harvest. So that'll be a job for today, in amongst a couple of other things. So before we don't risk happening what happened last time, I'm going to buy that right now. We are going to need to take a loan out at some point, so it's fine. But yeah, we're going to buy that because I don't want to happen with that what happened with field 47, where it got harvested without me looking. So I'm going to buy a field. I want to buy a field with a crop in it, right? Logically. But yeah, we'll see what we're going to do with that. But right now, need to buy it, need to get it harvested. All good. The other thing I wanted to just check quickly was, yeah, so I can't put any crops in other than grass and oilseed radish at this point in time. So we can do wheat and barley. It's kind of oats I wanted to do. I want to do oats and grass. So yeah, I'm gonna put some oilseed radish in our big field. So we need to get that sown today. So 2 jobs for today. Must get the oilseed radish in. Must get the corn harvested. What's the weather forecast like? It's dry. Okay, good. Is it dry all day? Yeah. Good. Okay. Right. Carrying on. I'll just nip round there. This sort of headlandy bit. I might miss a couple of little patches, but hopefully it'll be all right. It's going to struggle getting this up here, isn't it? I'll try and avoid the bits where we've still got grass, so you don't magically manage to change from a hay bale to a grass bale. That could really mess us up. So as I said, I've already got I've got 2 hay bales made, one already on the Schnetter, whatever it's called thing. And yeah, so we'll just go around, just for the sake of doing a bit on screen. I'll finish off the rest of the contract off screen. But unless, depending on where it falls, I might show me selling the bales or whatever, or some of the bales when we're finishing it or something. Anyway, yeah, just, and I've completely forgotten now what it was I was going to say. Something occurred to me. Oh yeah, that's right. So I've been messing around moving between automatic gears and manual gears, and I have found, at least so far as I can tell, and maybe this just depends on the gearbox, if you've got a manual gearbox and you leave change direction on automatic, it doesn't. If you've got a manual gearbox, it's manual or not. Oh no, not that. If you've got an automatic gearbox, I think it does work. So because you know your manual gear is less relevant then, so you can actually have it on. Yeah, you can have it automatic change direction, but on manual gears. But then of course, because it's an automatic gearbox, it actually doesn't make an awful lot of difference. So yeah, so that's something to be wary of. So you're kind of manual or you're not. Kinda, really. Yeah, just an observation. Just it was quite useful for doing things with pallets to have it on fully automatic, and certainly with, well, I had it with manual change direction, but of course with automatic change direction, but with a manual gearbox that doesn't help you. So I had to put it all on automatic. Complete. There we go. Not quick, but it's done it. Nice. Okay. So it's switched off. Fold it away because I can't lift it up. And we'll just get this over here out of the way. And switch to our baler. Now we need to give a little bit of consideration to bale and load on this field, as you can see, but it's fine. I'll just keep going till we can till we're full, and then we can switch the baler off, lift the pick up, and we'll come and unload over here. At least I would if I could get it to turn around. Maybe we're better off just doing it this way. You know what, if I unload right here, bale should, we lean against the baler and stop rolling. Should. Yep, it's all good. Let's take a look power at the tractor a minute. Spin it round. Line this up nicely. Make sure we're past that grass. Lower the pickup. And we go in. Lift the pickup, drive around the bale. It's like some sort of assault course. I do like baling in cab, it's so satisfying. Right, there we go, drop the pickup and we're away. Might be able to change up now on a nice straight, reasonably flattish bit. Lovely. Nice. So as I said, I'll come and do some more of this a little bit later on. Lift that up, switch off the baler, done. Right, let's head on back down to the farm, shall we? See what needs doing. I suppose equally, you know what we could do? Right, I'm going to get these last 2 bales loaded up, and we'll take one of the tractors with all the bales down to the biogas plant. We'll drive back to the farm, and then I'm mobile then, and we've done some of the sale. I'll see you in a minute. We started Choston with this. We haven't come this way. We weren't on the main road last time. This is a lovely road. What a really nice bit of road, especially with the autumn colours in the trees. Really, oh dear! Whoa, crazy animal! Out the way. Hang on, have I just? Oh no, I haven't. Whew. I was really worried for a minute. Hang on, steady on. Yeah, I was really worried for a minute that I'd unfolded one of the bale things. Pressed the wrong button. Yeah, it's quite pretty along here. The autumn colours. I like it. Right, just need to figure out where we're going. I'll meet at the sell point, shall I? Right, here we are at the sell point. Obviously, the silage bale is ours. It was left over from our previous contract, so we should get full money for that. I think, did we have to lower? No, that's it. We have to unfold. So we got 1,122 for our silage bale, and 15% transport of 1 hay bale. So this will take us up to 45% transport then, which is pretty good. Yeah, nice. Excellent. So only what? 1, 2, 3, another 4 bales, and we'll be done. Should be fine. Don't see a problem with that. Ooh, I got a little bit of controller drift. Oh, no, maybe not. Right, I'll see you at the yard. Right, so I was going to start seeding, and then I remembered I needed to lime the fields. So I've leased the Bradal. Unfortunately, it's either this one or the bigger one are the only, oh that's loud, are the only in-game lime spreaders. So we've got this. I just leased it at basic size, basic setup, nothing extra fancy, just popping down to a lime silo. Figured it might be cheaper than, or maybe it won't be, but we'll see. Yeah, it might be cheaper than getting pallets, and just for, bit of interest. But yeah, actually, it's only 2 fields need liming. I've just checked. The new field that we just bought actually doesn't, but it's fine. Maybe we'll find some liming contracts or something, or we could use it to do some fertilizer spreading or something like that. But I've only leased it because I might just buy I think at this point in time I'd rather have a small 3-point link fertilizer spreader, and we're not going to need to, or shouldn't need to, anyway, spread lime that often. So we'll see how we do. I haven't figured out yet what the mechanics of it are in 22 over what they were in 19. Still a chance to explore a little bit. They go fast, those cars. I mean, we're doing 26 miles an hour and it's still catching us up. I think we're getting to the end of the road, so I better watch what I'm doing. Here he comes, I can hear him. Sign up for what? What's that then over there? Okay, clear right, clear left, let's go. Putting a little bit of weight now. It's only at base size, it's 8,000 litres. It says at the bottom, of course it's 8,000 litres. Duh. Oh, and I've said it before, I know, I'm sorry, but look at the tyre deformation, good grief. Yep, it's heavy, all right. Right, I'll see you back at the field. Okie dokie. I didn't get the. I mean, it's these fields are barely. To be honest, it's barely worth it because it cost me like 2,295. But I say if I get a bit, might get a bit of contracting out of it. Yeah, it cost me that. Oh, look at that texture, the animation. That's really good. Really gives that sort of sense of dust, if you like. Very cool. Missed a little bit at the end there. Might just need to come around again, just do the top and bottoms of the fields just to catch the extra edges. But yeah, so we've got this one in the little field over there. I've got plans for the other field actually. You need to be very careful coming around here because we've got crop destruction on and I don't know what that means at this point in time. But yeah, quite surprised actually, considering that they were plants, it was sown out of season, that field. I had to switch growth off for it to let me do it, given that it's part of the tutorial. Go figure. But it's growing. It looks all right. So again, we'll need to fertilize. Yeah, it's a pretty quick job doing this. I didn't bother getting the extension spreader thing. It didn't really seem worth it. Colours looking lovely. Autumn has really come in. It says October after all. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this map. Both maps. The game generally. We will move to more day seasons. TBD, might just do 2-day seasons next year maybe. Can we do 2-day seasons? I think so, right? And then maybe go to 3 days a year after. I'll just see. I get the impression actually Obeleron at least there'll be a lot of stuff for us to do. So maybe on Obeleron we'll go to 3. Equally, I talked about doing more days at higher speed on Obeleron, just to see the difference, if nothing else. But I'm equally finding that ×5 is too quick. So as you can see, I've put it down to ×3. I did briefly put it down to ×1. May as well just fill that little patch in. There we go. And I'm going to do this field as well. Tiny little fields, really won't take very long. Still getting through the line though. Base game, using precision farming so much you forget how much base game uses lime. So looking forward to precision farming coming out to tone that down a little bit because it doesn't half burn through it. I'm assuming it will do the same in the next version as it did on 19. There we go. Limed, done, all ready to be seeded. I guess we'll also need a corn header actually, so need to be thinking about that as well. Just got a tiny little bit to do at this end. This will have to go undercover. Not that we do any rain, to be honest, but still. It's October, so I don't want to get damp either, do we? Lovely. Right. I think then, let me just see how we're doing for time. I'm just going to put that in there for now. Right, no worries, plenty of time. I'm going to get started on seeding. I think we'll start. Did I leave rocks in there, or did I take them to the rock crusher? Looks like I took them to the rock crusher. Yeah. Right, I've already taken that out, so we can take that off. Let's go grab the cedar. Yeah, I thought we've got a weight on the front of here. Okay. It's getting a little bit confusing between maps. I don't have any weights yet on my Belleron. I understood it's Belleron. Not 100% sure. Oh, into the pit. Careful. Best driving there carefully, eh? Right. So, what we got? Canola, soybeans, oilseed radish, grass. Actually, we may as well do the oilseed radish first, to be fair. That is that one, right? Yeah. Only because I can sow grass tomorrow. Oilseed radish I can't sow tomorrow. Technically, probably shouldn't sow straight into a field that's just been limed, but you know what? It's fine. I also need to figure some things out, because we've also got, as well as everything else, we've also got things like rollers. Obviously, I mean, your cultivators, disc harrows and power harrows do a similar job. Not exactly the same, by the way, but similar job. Plows and spaders do a similar job. Subsoilers, sort of a plow, but leaves a cultivated texture. The thing about cultivators, disc harrows and power harrows is actually how long they, how well they destroy weeds, basically, so how quickly the weeds will reappear. Rollers can improve the upper soil layer of your fields. Doesn't really tell me a great deal, does it? If we come in here a minute, sorry. Cultivating, sowing and harvesting. Does it say anywhere about rollers? No, so I need to do a bit of experimentation. I've got, use a plough, cultivator, disc harrow, power harrow, subsoil or spader to aerate the ground. Give me your disc harrow, you have less time to remove weeds. There you go. Improving yield. Mulch or stubble on stubble increases your yield by 5%. Good to know. Another set of tools that helps improve your rollers. Grass rollers push small stones back and around. Rollers for fields also remove small stones and furthermore increase your field. Doesn't say when we do that though. Looks like it might have to be before. Might be able to do it straight after seeding. Equally, I've got to be very conscious of cost. Plus, actually, we've got another chance anyway, haven't we? Because we've got to cultivate in the oilseed radish at some point, so we've got time yet, actually. There's no major rush. But yeah, so I just thought we'd get this in, get ourselves a first level of fertilisation. May as well have something in the field over the winter, and we'll just see how it does. But yeah, so need to do a little bit of, I've been humming and ahhing about setting myself up a test map. If I get some time, I'll do that. But I mean, frankly, by the time I've done it, other people will have done it and put their videos out, so there's almost no point. Again, I'm slightly worried. Actually, no, we should be all right. It's fine. So I'm slightly worried about that field, but no, it's all right. But yeah, so I'll do some digging. I'll catch up on some videos and stuff and try and figure out what's said about the best things. And if it's not clear, then maybe I will do that. I've been wondering actually whether I just set myself up a test map, probably a test version of this. I just want to try all the placeables and stuff and try some of the textures and, you know, figuring out landscaping a little bit more. Plus, I'm also curious to see if you place all of the placeables in game, how many slots that it's actually worth. So I might do that. I don't know. I'll see. Equally, at the moment, I just want to be making good progress on the two maps that we're playing on, because I don't get that much time to play. Actually, I'm going to be away for 3 weeks over Christmas, and I will not, unfortunately, have the time either beforehand to build myself up a bit of a backlog, or the ability to do anything while I'm away, because we're flying. So sadly, yeah, maybe I'll start spreading out videos a little bit to one every other day rather than every day, so I can build myself up a bit of a backlog and release a few over the Christmas period. We'll see. I don't know. I'm certainly not going to be able to do anything Christmassy, unfortunately. There was talk about us doing a multiplayer, Christmas multiplayer like we did last year, but I'm flying on the 11th. It might be a little bit early, but we might do something wintry nonetheless. I don't know. It didn't work so well, did it? Just go the other way, really. So there's a lot of talk about whether soil compaction might be a thing. It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it, because there's all this thing about weight. There's a lot of stuff about weight, but that seems to be more about the weight limits of your vehicles and your trailers rather than compaction, right? But equally, the weight of the vehicle, I suppose the weight of the vehicle does impact its its towing capability and its ability to cope with a heavy trailer. So maybe that's why. Not sure. Yeah, this is coming on well. So I think I'm going to call it here. I will get this field seeded with its oilseed radish. I can't guarantee I'll finish it, but I'll do some more at least of our baling contract. And I'll see you on the next one. But I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. I'm kind of hoping next video I've got plans, and I kind of want to get those in. So maybe we'll either do it or we'll talk about it at least, or do some of it and talk about it at least in the next video. But yeah, in the meantime, yeah, bear with me, because want to try things out, right? Get there as quickly as we can. So we'll need a loan, end of, just we'll have to. But yeah, next video, we'll make sure we get that grass seeded if we haven't already, and we'll be harvesting our corn in our new field. But yeah, as I say, I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, likes and subscriptions are very much appreciated. Don't forget to hit the bell notification, all that jazz. If you're new, I say uploads may become a little more sporadic over the next few weeks, but I'll keep doing as much as I can anyway. And bear with me, because I've got a bit of time at work after Christmas, so should be able to push up the output a little bit, which would be kind of fun. But yeah, so whatever you do please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.